Beginning his career at the former High Court of Travancore, Justice Mathew would eventually become a significant figure in the Indian legal system. In January of 1960, his appointment as the Advocate General for Kerala marked the onset of his illustrious legal career. In June 1962, Justice Mathew embarked on a significant chapter of his life when he was appointed as a judge to the Kerala High Court, a position of immense prestige. His journey didn't halt there. By October 1971, he climbed to the pinnacle of the judiciary, the Supreme Court of India. Post-retirement. In 1976, Justice Mathew still served in the law sphere. He headed the Press Commission and the Law Commission of India, nurturing the evolution of Indian law. Despite his demanding schedule, he graced numerous events nationwide, delivering the inaugural Tej Bahadur Sapru Memorial Lecture and the Dr. Rajendra Prasad Memorial Lecture, among others. His lectures, extending beyond mere speeches at lawyers' conferences and law schools, inspired legal minds with insightful discourses. His insights later culminated in his book, Democracy, Equality, and Freedom, published in 1978. Following this, he delivered a critical analysis of current legislations at the Public Law Lectures of Cochin University in 1979. In 1982, Justice K.K. Mathew embarked on an academic journey with the launch of his masterpiece, Supreme Court and Policy Decision. The core of the book is the Supreme Court's crucial role in policy-making within legal and political landscapes. It delves into the interpretation of laws and constitutional principles by the judiciary, particularly the Supreme Court, and their profound influence on public policy. The book also scrutinizes contentious issues surrounding judicial activism. It investigates potential biases or political influences in judicial decisions, stimulating discussions about judicial power's appropriate extent and the risk of judicial overreach. The ripple effect of landmark cases on policy creation is critically evaluated along with the widespread societal and governance impacts of judicial decisions. The book, through its thorough exploration, wrestles with the complex relationship between the judiciary and policy-making processes, reflecting Justice Mathew's deep understanding of law and its role in shaping society. At the same time, it raises thought-provoking questions about the effect of judicial decisions on democratic processes, emphasizing the need for balance and prudence in exercising judicial power. The significance of K.K. Mathew's examination of the Supreme Court and policy decisions lies in its study of the intersection of law, politics, and public policy. Understanding the Supreme Court's role in policy decisions is crucial for several checks and balances. The Supreme Court acts as a counterweight to legislative government branches. It helps gain insight into power dynamics and the system of checks and balances underpinning democratic governance. 1. Legal precedents. Supreme Court rulings set legal precedents impacting public policy. Policymakers, legal authorities, and citizens can use these rulings to foresee the prospective influence of legal decisions on policy areas. 2. Constitutional interpretation. The Supreme Court is critical in interpreting the Constitution and evaluating the constitutionality of laws. This understanding is vital to protect individual rights and ensure adherence to constitutional principles. 3. Social justice. Supreme Court decisions have a significant impact on social justice and equality. By examining the court's rulings, citizens can assess its role in promoting or hindering progress towards a fair society. 1. Democratic governance. The Supreme Court's influence on policy decisions raises important questions about democratic governance and the role of non-elected judges in shaping public policy. Understanding judicial decision-making dynamics can inform discussions about the court's democratic legitimacy and the judiciary's public accountability. In conclusion, K.K. Mathew's examination of the Supreme Court and policy decisions remains relevant, as it initiates critical reflection on the judiciary's role in policy-making, law's influence on public policy, and the broader implications of judicial decisions on the grand canvas of law. Justice K.K. Mathew's contributions enriched it with vibrant insights. His journey from an advocate to an eminent Supreme Court judge is a testament to dedication. His teachings from lectures and literary works illuminate the legal landscape. His service, continuing beyond retirement, manifests his commitment to law and justice principles. Let's envision a world shaped by these enduring principles, enlightened by the wisdom of Justice K.K. Mathew. Delving into the philosophical depths of jurisprudence, Justice K.K. Mathew's interpretation of natural law emerges as a testament to his profound understanding. This theory suggests inherent moral standards guide human behavior, forming the basis for fair legislations. Mathew's exploration considers the origin of legal authority, the universality of ethical norms, and the judge's reliance on natural law in verdicts. Understanding its impact on the judiciary is significant for interpreting laws, ethical considerations, role of judiciary, and social justice. Overall, K.K. Mathew's examination incites introspection on the philosophical foundations of law, ethical legal verdicts, and the pursuit of justice within legal frameworks. In this segment, we delve into the intellectual discourse, examining the criticisms and controversies surrounding the of natural law on the judiciary. We scrutinize Justice K.K. Mathew's 1982 discussions, where he addresses the inherent vagueness of natural law. Critics argue that this ambiguity can lead to inconsistency in judicial decisions, causing instability in the legal system. We further probe the potential conflicts between natural law and positive law, which critics contend can create confusion and undermine legal authority. We also examine the critique that reliance on natural law can result in judges imposing their own moral beliefs, raising questions about judicial activism and the judiciary's role in a democratic society. Lastly, we tackle skepticism, addressing the argument that natural law lacks empirical grounding. Skeptics argue its unsuitability as a legal reasoning basis can challenge the stability of the legal system. This segment provides a balanced perspective on natural law's role in the judiciary. Inviting viewers to reflect on the legal system's philosophical, we are guided by Justice Mathew's insight, shedding light on the complexities of integrating natural law into judicial practice. In Scene 10, we delve into the labyrinth of legal theory, focusing on the practical application of natural law principles in the courtroom. Justice Mathew's insightful lectures guide us through the complex world of judicial interpretation, emphasizing the key role of judges in actualizing natural law. He explores specific legal precedents, shedding light on cases where natural law arguments have influenced major judgments. These instances, spanning civil rights, human dignity, and foundational freedoms, underscore the transformative power of natural law principles. However, Justice Mathew doesn't shy away from the theory's criticisms, addressing concerns about its objectivity, global applicability, and practicality. Scene 10 climaxes with a discussion on the broader impact of natural law on justice, exploring how it shapes fairness, equality, and individual rights. It presents an intricate exploration of the interplay between natural law and judicial practice, inviting viewers to contemplate the philosophical underpinnings of our legal system. In this sequence, we explore Justice K.K. Mathew's examination of the tension that exists between the right to revolt against oppressive authority and the compulsion to comply with legitimate commands from those in position. Before we delve into the criticisms of Justice K.K. Mathew's exploration, let's first discuss its relevance. Justice Mathew's exploration of the right to rebellion and obedience to superior order addresses fundamental questions about the balance between individual rights and state authority, legitimacy of power, and the moral and legal obligations of citizens. These discussions become incredibly crucial in contexts where individuals may face oppression, tyranny, or unjust laws. They stimulate thought about when it is morally justified or legally permissible to resist or disobey authority. Understanding these principles underpins decision-making and public discourse on themes related to civil liberties, human rights, and the rule of law. Now, let's delve into some criticisms of Justice K.K. Mathew's exploration. Critics express concerns that emphasizing the right to rebellion could potentially encourage lawlessness, thus undermining the authority of legitimate government institutions. They argue that promoting obedience to superior orders could potentially lead to chaotic events and conflict, counteracting the fostering of respect for the rule of law. Critics also question the moral justification for rebellion in cases where alternative mechanisms for redress of grievances are available in the political system. They believed that discussions of rebellion and disobedience, if not carefully contextualized within broader discussions of democratic principles and the rule of law, could potentially incite violence or undermine social. In this final sequence, we delve deeper into Justice K.K. Mathew's comprehensive analysis of the ethical, moral, and legal factors surrounding an individual's right to challenge unlawful authority and the obligation to obey lawful commands. Mathew's discourse brilliantly uncovers the ethical dilemmas that arise when personal values clash with issued mandates. We then explore the legal framework encapsulating the right to dissent and obedience within domestic and international contexts. With Mathew's wisdom at the forefront, viewers are presented with a clear understanding of the legal aspects intertwined with these complex issues. Mathew dissects countless instances of defiance and compliance in diverse settings, providing a unique perspective to interpret these events, enriching previously discussed theoretical ideologies. The sequence shifts towards the delicate balance between individual liberties and societal harmony, highlighting the judiciary's integral role in this process. The final discussions probe the broader implications of the right to dissent and obedience on governance, democracy, and the rule of law. Through Mathew's discerning observations, we gain an all-encompassing understanding of these concepts and their societal impact. As we close this sequence, we invite you to reflect on these important ideas and the delicate balance between personal freedoms and communal order. This exploration of Mathew's intellect provides an in-depth understanding of the intricacies associated with resistance, obedience, and the continuous pursuit of justice.